Hey guys, in this video we're going to be covering Killer Bee, one of the most badass Naruto characters in this series. Oh, and guys, remember to show some love by hitting that like button and notification bell. And with that, let's get started. As you guys might have known, that Killer Bee's name isn't actually his real name. No one actually knows his birth name. B is the actual pronunciation in Japanese of the letter B. This parallels the name of the other Komugakure shinobis such as the 4th Hokage A and the other shinobis such as C, F and J. At a young age, B was chosen to be the tag partner for A as he was the most suitable candidate, and as a result he was given the name B. Though it is unconfirmed, in the manga, in Killer Bee's flashback, he was the only ever referred to as B until his confrontation with Minato, when B is praised as a killer shinobi. Since then, B has been known as Killer Bee, suggesting that it was Minato who bestowed him the title Killer. And although Killer Bee's name seems like it was inspired by the actual Africanized honeybees known colloquially as killer bees, the actual name for Killer Bee is a reference to the famed rap group the Wu-Tang Clan, who were once often referred to as the Killer Bees as an extension to their group. And in one of their albums, The Sting, it has a title song named after the affiliation, Killer Bees. And guys, I'm a big fan of Wu-Tang Clan, so make sure you guys check them out if you don't know them. Although the Wu-Tang Clan might have inspired Kishimoto in an interview, the actual inspiration for Killer Bee's name could have been inspired by something completely different. In a 2012 Shonen Jump interview, Kishimoto stated that one of his past editors who really liked pro wrestling greatly influenced his decision to create Killer Bee's character, and coincidentally, Bee's nickname may also be reference to the professional wrestling team in the World Wrestling Federation called the Killer Bees. As mentioned in the last fact, in a 2012 Shonen Jump interview, Kishimoto when asked how did Killer Bee's character come about, he responded by saying that the inspiration for Killer Bee was due to his former editor's interest in pro wrestling. Kishimoto also stated that he wanted to make him into an interesting character and one of the most powerful shinobis in the series. He went on to say that he has troubles writing Killer Bee's lines at times because he always wants them to rhyme due to his rapping style. In his own words, Kishimoto said, "My former editor really loved pro wrestling and he wanted a character like a pro wrestler. All of Killer Bee's moves are related to pro wrestling. Even though he's a ninja, he sucks at rapping but he does it anyway. I wanted to make him into an interesting character as well as one of the most powerful ninja in the world of Naruto. I have a difficult time writing Killer Bee's lines because he always rhymes. But that's the persona that I gave him. Even if it's difficult, I will always challenge myself to make him a rich character." I'm pretty sure he didn't sound like that, but you know. Well, the pro wrestling inspiration can be seen throughout Killer Bee's character by not only his name, but even his techniques. Like the lightning release double lariat resembles the cross bomber move used by Hell's missionary tag team in Kinnikuman, a wrestling manga, and his nin taijutsu was clearly based off on wrestling moves. Kishimoto stated that as he created Killer Bee, he realized that Bee was one of the strongest characters in the entire series. This became obvious the more we saw what Bee is capable of. Bee was the first jinchuriki to ever befriend the 8-tailed Gyuki. Not even his predecessors such as Blue Bee and his uncle was able to do this. Killer Bee was also one of the first to completely utilize the tailed Bee's power and become a perfect jinchuriki. He can transform at will and go into tailed beast mode. Killer Bee was even able to avoid death and con some of the brightest and elite shinobis, such as when he used the body replacement technique to switch places with one of Gyuki's tentacles so he could escape Sasuke's Amatsu. He's also one of the few jinchurikis to survive after the extraction of a tailed beast. Bee survived the process by using one of Gyuki's severed tentacles as a medium to sustain his life, and after the war, Gyuki was resealed back into him. Like, he truly is a mastermind. He may not act like it at times, but he's a genius. Killer Bee is also super strong, as during the 4th Shinobi World War, Bee raw strength had surpassed his brothers even in his full powered state. Killer Bee also has used or has possession of the 2 of the 7 swordsmen of the Mist Blade so far. He used Zabuza's Momochi's sword in his fight against Taka, and he has taken the possession of Kasame's Samehada, making him even more OP. And to top it off, Bee is also capable of using lightning, fire, water and yang release nature transformations. With lightning, he has displayed the ability to flow lightning nature chakra through his blades to increase their cutting power. Like, Bee is probably one of the strongest shinobis in the entire series. I might be wrong, you guys let me know who you think is the strongest in the comment section below after Naruto and Sasuke. After the end of Naruto and ultimately following the 4th Shinobi World War, Killer Bee's story continued. Although he was set more or less as a side character, Killer Bee made his appearance in the last Naruto movie, which is set 2 years after the war, and then he's also seen in the 4th book of the Naruto Hidden series during Naruto's and Hinata's wedding. After that, in the canonized Boruto movie, Bee gets into battle with Momoshiki and Jinchuriki, which he ultimately ends up being defeated, and the brothers then proceed to extract the Yuki from Bee, giving us the impression that Killer Bee actually died. A lot of questions started arising after the movie because Killer Bee wasn't shown to us since that scene, which could have been implied that he actually died. However, there was actually a post-credit picture scene which a lot of fans missed out on, showing a picture of him being pulled out of the water by Gyuki, explaining the comment by Momoshiki that he was not impressed with the Tail Beast's power because he could only produce a few small red pills with it. But this was because Yuki wasn't actually fully extracted. So yeah, if you guys were questioning if Killer Bee actually died in that movie, there's your answer. Now you guys know Killer Bee is always surviving those near-death situations. Like damn. Alright, unlike some of the other characters in Naruto, Killer Bee's love life isn't really explored much, but after the introduction of the Boruto movie, a lot of fans started to speculate that Killer Bee ended up becoming a father. Yurui, a shinobi from Kumogakure, is said to slightly resemble Killer Bee. They both have similar hairstyles, and Yurui also has a matching tattoo of a bull's horn on his left cheek just like Bee, which obviously has nothing to do with genetics, but I just felt the need to mention that. The fans suggest that Killer Bee got it on with Sumui, which explains why Yurui is pretty light skinned. Come on guys, Sumui is one of the baddest chick in the Kumogakure village after Mubui, but considering Mubui is no longer with us, I think Killer Bee done well for himself. But guys, this is not really confirmed, and in the official movie data book, Kishimoto has stated that Yuri looks up to Killer Bee and hasn't really added anything apart from that. So it could be possible that, you know, Yuri admires Killer Bee, hence the bull eye tattoo and whatnot. But again, there's also a chance that Killer Bee is his father. We just don't know. But guys, who knows? Killer Bee might not swing that way. After all, he is one of the only male shinobis to not be affected by Naruto's sectional jutsu. So is he gay? Damn, that's another good question. The introduction of Killer Bee and the Komogakure village was due to Kishimoto desiring to have the world where it reflects more on actual society. Kishimoto wanted to show diversity so it could be easier for fans to accept and to see other cultures or races. In an interview he was asked, "I also noticed as the story evolved, there were more multicultural characters introduced to the story like Killer Bee. Can you talk a little bit more about why you decided to do that?" Kishimoto responded by saying, "When I started expanding on the world, especially through introducing other ninja villages, the very nature of doing that kind of forced me to widen the perspective. I wouldn't say it was necessarily a deliberate decision, but I was definitely conscious of the fact that if I wanted to have my Naruto world reflect actual society more, then it might be easier for fans to accept to see other cultures or races as well. So while it wasn't necessarily an outright deliberate decision, I think I was conscious of the fact that I wanted Naruto's world to reflect at least a little bit the world at large." So yeah, Kishimoto thinks quite deep. By showing differences in race and culture makes things more realistic and comparable to our world, and by making the Naruto universe accepting of these differences allows the viewers to embrace this tolerance. And a point to notice is that in real life, the Komogakure school is a ninjutsu school dating back to the century. So it is also possible that Killer Bee is influenced by some past character who was either affiliated to the school or just played a role in history. Killer Bee is voiced by Hisoa Egawa for the Japanese dub, the same dude who is known for the roles of Shinichi Maki in Slam Dunk, Geki Kuroiwa in Brave Command Dog 1, and Falcon Lombardi in the Star Fox series. For the English dub, Killer Bee is voiced by Kataro Colbert, who also voiced him for most of the games apart from Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, who was taken over by Rena Rilson, the guy who played Howard in The Cosby Show and Officer Carl Macmillan in Mike and Molly. Even though Kishimoto said that he found it quite difficult at times writing Killer Bee's lines due to trying to make it rhyme all the time, Kishimoto didn't actually do a bad job. But if you listen closely to some of Killer Bee's rhymes, during his battle against Taka, you can hear him quote Muhammad Ali's famous line, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." But he made it his own and said, "I'm the Hachibi, you can't hit me, I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee," which is pretty cool. What's more cool though If you guys like hearing Killer Bee's rap, then you can get more of it with Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Generation game, as Killer Bee has a special rap which can be heard both in Japanese and in English. In the manga chapter 531, for the character Pulse 7, Killer Bee made his way to the 25th position even though not much was given about him compared to the other characters. And guess what guys, in a 2012 Shonen Jump interview, Kishimoto himself stated that Choji and Killer Bee were currently his favourite characters in the Naruto series. So yes, Killer Bee is quite popular. I actually was told by many fans that they found Killer Bee annoying, but let me know what you guys think of Killer Bee in the comment section below. Is he one of your favourite characters in Naruto? Is he top 5? Or do you guys just simply hate him? Put it down in the comment section below. Alright guys, it's time for a blazing round, so keep up. Killer Bee's ninja registration number is CL3288. Don't know who actually cares about that, but I'm pretty sure there's some die-hard fans out there. Studio Pirate Seti's sheet of Killer Bee shows that he was 112 centimeters at the age of 5 and 122 centimeters at the age of 7. And from the Naruto data book, at the end of the Shippuden, Killer Bee was approximately 192 centimeters or 6 foot 4 inch and weighed about 87.1 kilograms or 192 pounds. Funny enough, Killer Bee's blood type is also B. He is 36 years old at the end of Shippuden and his birthday is on the 15th of May, giving him the astrological sign of Taurus, the bull in the Western zodiac calendar, further referencing his connection with Gyuki, as Gyuki has a horned head of a bull. Killer Bee's favorite hobby is to create raps, rhymes and write it down in this material book. He tends to use the word bakayaro, konayaro, meaning fool, you're fool, when referring or speaking to others. He will even write his rhymes in the middle of a fight or during an important meeting, even if they are no good, which is usually the case. He gets his rapping ideas from his opponents during battle. For Killer Bee, personally, he's one of my favorite characters and I feel like he doesn't get enough limelight, and hopefully we will see more of him in Boruto. And before I end this video, I wanted to remind you guys that we have started selling shirts. The first design is pretty awesome, depicting Naruto and Boruto watching us on TV. You guys can copy it via the link on the description below. If you can support us, please buy the shirt. And if you lot want us to cover and go balls deep in other animes, you guys need to let us know and put it down in the comment section below or message us on our social media platforms. I've been using Facebook and Instagram much more recently, and you guys can reach Aldo on Snapchat and Twitter, so don't be shy guys, don't be shy. Alright, catch you till next time.